You're listening to the Nothing Podcast with Nobody Important, where a group of nobodies speak to an actual somebody. And now your hosts, John and Frank.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm John.
I'm Frank.
I'm Danielle.
I'm Joe.
I'm Matt.
I'm Tom.
And you are listening to
The Nothing Podcast
With Nobody Important.
John,
Frank?
who the hell are these other people in our intro?
I know, what the hell? Here we are, New Year's. It is New Year's Eve, and we are here with, give or take, our 20th episode.
Yeah, and we also have the thawed out, formerly frozen body of Dick Clark.
That's right, here he is.
There he is, rockin' Eve.
Yeah, here it is.
Oh, he's slipping.
This is the first time, believe it or not, in 20 episodes, that all 6 of us are here.
Wow! This is what everyone looks like?
This is, yeah.
It's weird.
This is what everybody listens in for when there's no guest and just us.
So, Matt, this is Joe. Joe, that's Tom.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Tom.
This is John's wife, Danielle.
Hi.
And I'm John.
Feel like we've seen each other before.
Maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
So here it is.
Yeah,
Can't believe we've made it. When did we start this? In
2019.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, but it's been a year. No, I think we started in September.
Yeah, It's our end of our second season in
Yeah.
the first year of business.
Pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah,
We've had some highs, more lows.
More lows. There were like 3 highs.
Yeah, definitely. No, I mean, I feel very accomplished by doing this. I mean, I think we've built a family, not only here amongst us, but out there with you guys.
Yeah, the 6 listeners we have like each other.
Yeah. Laura, Marino,
My mother.
Amy. It's all good. It's,
We love you all so much.
Yeah.
No, when we started this, we kind of just had this idea that we wanted to do. Everybody wants a podcast. Everybody wants to do this type of thing with, like, me and my friends are funny. But then I looked at it and I said, oh, me and my friends are funny, but not funny enough for people to want to hear it, which I think is where people don't get when they come up with these concepts. So we sat around discussing what exactly it is we wanted this concept to be.
Yeah, we did. We sat in that room where I'm looking at it right now, at that table.
Yeah.
And we knew we needed to do something. And I will say, because we had talked, we would need to do something. You and I said that, right? We've worked together before in other aspects, but we needed to like make a thing. And do you remember, like maybe 2 years ago, I wrote a script. Do you remember this? A script for us to be in. That I like threw out and it never became anything. But I was
funny.
like, this is going to be our thing. Turns out, nope, not our thing.
This was our thing.
But this is our thing.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I've been talking about it. I've never actually played any of it. But we recorded, if you remember, Joe, you were there. And Matt, you were there too.
Yeah, was I?
Yeah. We Joe was like, what? We recorded our first pitch meeting coming up with this. If you remember the moment where we came up with the name.
I do. You were sitting on that side and you said
and
it.
we were passing it all around. And
Yeah.
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play a piece of that right now.
Stop.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
How personal do we get?
Whatever comes out. Don't plan it.
Including your children.
Drop somebody in.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like Danielle's got a lot of pregnant friends right now. Let's bring in a pregnant person and just ask about being pregnant.
That's
that would
the
be fantastic.
first.
That's a good one. That's a good
the
one.
birth of the thing.
You want people to
I got
watch,
my friend Amy.
people will listen to that.
You want my pregnant friend Amy from work? She was at my wedding. She will come in a second. She's hilarious.
That's
she's
what she's
pregnant.
Real live pregnant.
A real life.
But will she be willing to talk about the nitty gritty of being pregnant?
100%.
Tell me something I don't know about being pregnant.
Where's the head in there? Absolutely.
Right. Is the head up or down?
Let's come up with names.
Okay. So titles. What was the one you had?
Everybody's famous.
Everybody's interested.
Everybody's interesting. Yeah.
It's a decent. I'm gonna write it down.
Write it down. But also, Everybody's Famous is a great title to it because that's so. It's
Right,
like everybody's
yeah.
fucking famous.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Everybody has a podcast.
Everybody, just another podcast.
We're shooting ourselves in the foot.
Yeah, you might be shooting yourselves in the foot there.
There was another one we said before.
I'm so worried that Danielle's gonna come home tonight,
I hate it.
hate the idea, and totally deflate it. But that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying no. She's gonna listen to this. I'm not saying that Danielle is gonna come in and deflate it because she's Danielle. She's gonna come in and deflate it because she's not one of the 4 of us. And that's really
That's good, though.
important.
That's what you want.
Right,
Yeah, you
right,
want somebody
right.
to-
I want somebody who's
outside eyes.
gonna.
Anything to the concept of lowering somebody into the
Yeah.
like a hot seat
I was
idea.
just say the hot seat podcast, but then it sounds like we're talking about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
That's why you're here.
Right. That's right.
And you are?
Regis Spielberg.
That's just it. And you are?
And you are.
There's something there, actually.
And you are.
Right. I'll write that down.
That's good.
Interview with a stranger.
Yeah, I'm...
Yeah,
sure,
yes, that is
yeah.
literally, that's correct.
It's
Yeah,
kind of an
yeah.
interview with a vampire, though.
Right. That's right.
No, I like it.
Yeah.
It's obvious, but like, yeah.
Let me look at other podcasts.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
What about something like the Stand-In
Can we steal it?
podcast?
Stand-in.
Yeah.
What's another way to do
Okay,
it?
the blank. So that person is a what?
Right.
That podcast.
But I agree with him. I kind of think we should leave the podcast out of the title.
Right.
Or maybe not.
The dupe? They're not duped. That's
The
horrible.
The dupe.
I mean, those are fine, but
The deuce.
honestly, what we have on list
Is better.
is going to be better than like some of these. Yeah.
What if we just call it We're No One?
We're no one?
We're Nobody. The Nothing Podcast with nobody important.
Put it on.
That's great. That's the top of the list.
Honestly,
That's the top of
I'll be honest
I would
with you.
click on that.
That would maybe be the top of the list.
That's
As stupid as it is,
The nothing podcast with nobody.
as stupid as it is, I would scroll and see that, and I would chuckle at that. The Nothing Podcast with
That's
nobody.
it. Stop looking.
Yeah.
Stop
That's really
looking.
good.
That includes the host and
Hey
the
guys,
guest.
all right, welcome to nothing. Like, you can hear it. That's the name.
Yeah.
John, that's it. Erase everything else.
That's really good.
It was so funny.
That was great.
It was so funny.
So it's funny. It's very crude and put together. And the reason we recorded it was because Danielle couldn't be at that meeting, and we thought it was most important for her to hear what stupid idea we came up with. Because if it wasn't going to work, she would have told us.
I remember. And then you listened to the meeting on the train going to work the next day, and you were laughing a lot.
You laughed
and then
the
we were
whole
like,
time.
oh, we could do this.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Funniest thing to come out of that meeting, though, let's be honest. Well, we knew the show, and we were like, oh, we need people who like have a definable thing. That's what we were looking for. You all know what I'm going to say. And I'll say the first part. So someone said,
We need a
man with high blood pressure.
Yeah.
And if we have that,
and then
then
someone said,
Low blood pressure. We said we needed a man on a horse.
So coming up in season 3, it's all people with heart problems. That's what we're.
Yeah, absolutely. So I wanted to get us all together here to just talk through some of our favorite moments that we've done over the season. Over this time. The episodes have gotten a little longer. They're hard to get through all the pieces sometimes, and so I think it's important to highlight some of the funniest parts. Really, sort of try to do a best of. But who am I to say what's the best we've done? Who are any of us to say what's the best we've done? So what we did was we put it to a vote. No, we didn't. We asked ourselves to pick. You missed the
I
vote.
didn't vote on anything.
No, you didn't. If you would have voted, it would have been on Instagram. We would have gotten 3 responses.
That's right.
So get on the Instagram at NothingPod. So I think I'm going to start. One of my favorite episodes that we did was episode, I think it was 3. The Army Captain.
Okay.
With Captain Erin Owen.
Right.
Who has now been promoted.
That's right. We could say it, right?
Yeah, she is. That's right.
Well,
That's right.
Can we say? Can we say what she got promoted
Go ahead
to?
and say it.
Oh, I don't remember.
I believe she's Major Erin.
She's a major. Yeah, she's a major.
Yes.
He's just higher than captain.
Apparently.
That's
See,
what a
we're still
promotion is,
learning, and
Joe.
she hasn't been here in a while. So the Army Captain episode was one of my favorites. One of the moments when I knew that this was all going to work. Again, this is all going off the idea that your opinion is this works.
I'm not sold yet.
Yeah. Was when we had to do the chanting with Erin Owen.
The call and response.
The call and response.
Yeah.
My mother.
My mother knows
That's all. That's right.
Yeah,
I left my home. Right.
I
right,
wasn't
right.
there for that one,
Right. That's
but
right.
I remember listening to it and saying, "Wow, sucks I missed that one."
So let's take a listen. I want to recap on that moment from season 1, episode 3, Army Captain Erin Owen.
All right. So one of my favorite cadences, it's kind of like when I first heard it, it sounded like gospel to me.
And they really do these.
They really do these.
Okay.
Yep. So just repeat after me.
Okay.
All right. So let me get a beat going here.
Okay.
Because honestly, when you're out there, you're marching. So your marching's kind of like your beat.
Okay, well,
Right.
it's everything is we repeat after you.
Yes.
All right, then we could all do it together.
Okay, everybody in.
I left my home
Left my home
for the army.
for the army.
I left my home for the army.
For the
No, we
army.
didn't.
We did the first part.
Wait, let's try it again. I like that one. I like that one. Okay.
All right, again, we're ready.
Yeah, when I hold on to it, you guys just keep going with the rhythm. You guys aren't gonna deviate at all. You're just gonna go. Let me sing it for you.
Okay, I want to hear it.
All right, so I'm gonna go. I left my home for the army, for the army. I left my home for the army, for the army.
Got it.
Got it.
Okay, I
That's
can
it.
do it now.
Got it.
Oh, I'm so
And you just
ready.
repeat what I
feel
say.
loose.
You got.
Okay.
You wanna stretch?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Say
I'm ready.
this.
I left my home.
Wait. Okay, wait. I gotta know something. Does it hop on right away?
How many beats
Right
in
away.
between?
As soon as I'm
Left
done.
my home.
Yeah, on the beat.
Got it. Okay. Got it. I'm ready now.
Make sure you're close.
Soldiers will do the exact same thing that you guys just did. Whenever I'm like, I left my home, they'll go.
Well, they're counting time, Aaron.
You're really having a music rehearsal in the army. All right, we're ready.
Here we go.
Here we go.
3,
Okay.
2, and go.
I left my home.
I left my home
for the army.
for the army.
I left my home.
I left my home
for the army.
for the army.
I left my home.
I left my home
for the army.
for the army.
I left my home.
I left my home
for the army.
for the army.
My mother cried
My mother cried
the day I left.
the day I left.
She thought that I was gonna die.
Was gonna die.
My daddy cried
My daddy cried
the day I left.
the day I left.
My daddy cried,
cried
for the army.
for the army.
I left my home
I left my home
for the army.
for the army.
I left my home.
I left my home
for the army.
for the army. Yes. Are we in? Are we in?
Make it?
That was perfect.
No!
That was great.
All right.
Now we
That
can
was
go to
better than a lot of
regionals.
soldiers doing.
Yes.
That was great.
That was better, right?
Soldiers aren't as classically trained.
There's potential for you guys yet.
Yes.
Let's
I
get
could
you
be out
signed
there
up.
Making them up.
We don't
Let's
want
get
to
you signed up.
And who knew that would be the first of many musical moments we'd have here?
Absolutely. That's right. That's right. So, Joe, as you were saying before, you haven't been here for all the episodes, but you're always a standout when you're here. People always say that they love Joe.
Sure.
And that it's so funny when he's here. Mostly because Frank just rails into him. But
That he does.
Joe's the best.
Joe is my creative sounding board. Joe, I know that I can throw ideas at it and we can kind of realistically touch on whether or not it's going to work or whatnot. And he just brings a general appearance when he's here.
Well, we don't like his appearance.
No,
but he
we hate his
brings
appearance.
Humor.
No, we make him wear a bag. But so Joe, tell me about one of your favorite moments.
So, I was not here for this episode.
Okay.
So I was listening as a fan, as I do
Oops,
most
he
of the
listens.
episodes.
Good.
And the episode with the pregnant woman,
Yes.
Amy and Adam,
Yeah.
her husband, where you were in a Lamaze class.
Oh,
You and Danielle played husband and wife.
That's
you,
right.
the wife, and Daniel.
Daniel, my
Right.
husband Daniel.
And no one was believing that John was giving birth in the middle of the class. That was the scene.
Yeah.
I was listening to it the other day. I was dying. where he refers to himself as that he's two people now.
Yeah. right.
That's right. That's right. I'm two people.
The
now.
noises are my favorite. Ah!
That's the one.
Or you could not make those noises, and we can listen to a clip from
Yes,
it.
There you go. That's
Let's
even better.
listen to it now.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
This is Lamaze Class.
Okay.
Oh, we haven't done those.
I don't know. We don't know. I'm the instructor. I gave myself the safe role here. Amy and Adam are a couple. John and Danielle are a couple. John is the woman. There's more. Danielle is the man. At some point, I can't even say it.
Are they switched or they're the same?
No, they're the same. At some point during the Lamaze class, John actually goes into labor. No one believes him. Here we go. Okay.
Okay, ready? Are you the instructor?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, ready? Hold on. All right, let me get down on the ground real quick.
Okay, here we go. Show of hands. Has anyone actually seen a Lamaze class? No, we're just gonna. Oh, we're making it up. Well, we've seen it on TV.
I've seen it in
It's
like
probably
Look Who's
exactly how
Talking.
it is. Okay, yeah. Look who's talking.
That's
Is it
all
reference?
that's my only reference. to
Kirstie
pregnancy.
Alley, 1987. Okay, here we go. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming to the holistic birthing clinic of Park Slope.
Good morning.
How we
What a
doing?
rude class you've got.
Thanks. In the back, hello. I think your
Hello.
name's Amy. Hey, thank you. Hello. So, Amy, who's your partner here today?
Adam is my husband.
Or your husband? And John, who's your partner here today?
Danielle, she's my husband.
Okay. So today we're gonna practice some breathing. Everybody, get on the floor, please.
I'm sorry, it's her name's Daniel. I have an accent.
Is he a pregnant man?
No. Everybody, get on the floor,
Rude.
please. John, can you get on the floor, please?
I'm on. Okay.
Great. Okay, so will the partner cradle the pregnant woman in front of you? You're doing it. Looks great. Adam, move your hands. That's better. Thank you. Okay. Now, women, please take a deep breath in and out. And as your partner exhales, I'd like the male partner to think well wishes to the woman. And inhale.
Am I getting well wishes?
Danielle, why don't you verbalize, Daniel, your well wishes to your spouse? John, please breathe.
Oh,
gotta let it
I'm
out.
waiting. I'm holding my breath.
Honey, you're doing great.
Oh, thank you.
Took a little long there. That
Thanks,
could actually
doll.
induce labor. Okay,
Thanks,
moving
doll.
on. Okay.
Okay.
So, Amy, take a breath, please. And Adam, a well wish for your bride.
You're doing great, darling. You're doing great, darling.
What is wrong?
I think I'm having a baby.
A little quieter there, please, John. So, Amy, how is this for you?
I'm fine. It's great.
John, did you
He's a little
did you
distracting.
spill your water on the ground? Danielle, clean that up for John, please.
Yeah, I'll get.
you
What is
okay?
wrong with
Danielle, I hate you, Danielle.
Babe, this lady's giving birth.
John, are you okay?
This is crazy.
I think I'm okay. I think
she peed.
I think
Listen,
this-
people never give birth in
You're
here.
making
Okay.
I see a leg.
Oh, I think I'm crowning.
Oh, no, John, that's not true. Let's go into our second position. Everybody on all fours. John,
I'm
all
now
fours, please.
two people.
Thank you. Thank you. There it was. It was great. I think after hearing that, we're terrible actors. Okay.
Awful.
Actors. It was good. Danielle, you were good, though.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, so Matt.
Okay, so one of my favorite moments from the show has to be the Lockamy episode, the Josh Lockamy episode.
Sure, episode 4.
It is when Joe...
No, this was mine.
I'm sorry. It
I
is
hate
when-
you.
I'm sorry. It is when Joe is explaining how he got,
Yep.
quotation marks, hit by a car,
Yep.
but he didn't get hit by a car.
No,
Right.
It's-
Oh no, I know what you're talking about. It's
no,
when
this is my moment. Yeah.
when I was telling the story of the guy who got hit by a
best.
car, and Joe didn't realize I was talking about him.
That's it.
Until
right.
after the story was
I
over.
was just amazed that he had a similar experience that I did, but I didn't think he was using my life.
I'm sorry, but I've never died in laughter more than that moment. So yeah,
That is all. I'm jumping on this train right now. That is my favorite moment. So what I tell you is going to be my second favorite moment. To be clear, it's when Joe forgot he was hit by a car. It's so good. It's so good.
In the beginning, what you would do is just ask a bunch of questions and see if there's anything that doesn't sound right. Now, what you do is you ask a bunch of other questions, and then you say, again, what kind of car was it?
Right. Keep
I'm
asking
not
the same
sure.
question. Yeah.
All right. So is he lying?
Actually, he did a good job. It's really difficult to say whether you're lying. If I had another 30 minutes, I could probably determine whether you were lying or not. But right now, I'm going to guess and say that you are lying.
That's correct. I am lying.
Wow.
Because that story happened to Joe. That story did not happen to me.
Oh, he doesn't even know it was him.
about mine? Yeah, I knew that. I was like, oh wow, it happened.
This happened to you too? Holy shit! Yeah.
I spent the whole story looking over at Joe to see if he would be laughing, and he wasn't laughing. He said, Joe doesn't
stole
realize
the
this
story.
story
I
happened
just
to
found
him.
it amazing that it happened to you, but I wasn't really thinking.
But hold on. Did the guy really back up into you?
Yeah.
Why was he reversing? That's a weird...
No, I was crossing the street, and he made a right turn. It was my light, and he wasn't paying attention. He knocked me over and knocked my cologne that I just bought. And checked on me. We shook hands, as he said. And I walked off.
I'd like to recap here. In this time, you've learned that I'm a lefty, and Joe has been mugged 3 times and run over by a
Yes,
car.
this is true.
Over my car.
That's
You got some
unbelievable.
luck, but wait a second. He didn't back into you though.
No,
You
he
just
didn't.
that
No.
was okay.
Oh my god! Oh my god! No, there was another car in another instance that the person did back up into me. I'm thinking of a different time with a person. Okay.
You got hit twice.
Because that was my problem
this
with
true?
the whole story.
Yeah, I walked, but this one was my fault because I was jaywalking. It was a red light, but I walked behind the car, and then he did back up into me.
Is this
Okay,
true? And you
okay.
fell?
I didn't fall. I almost did. I didn't fall.
How many times have you been hit by a car?
Just those 2.
That's 2 more than most.
have you ever been
Just
hit by
two run-ins with a car and 3 bungings. That's it. I swear.
Yes, that is definitely amazing. A choice among many. I just want to quickly... I'm trying to give a little background on everybody here. Matt quietly sits in the corner, and he has been here for almost every episode. But there, I swear, are whole episodes that go by where you just hear Matt in the background just go, yeah. Like you don't even know.
It's true. I think he did that during my episode.
Yeah.
I almost forgot that he was here.
But Matt's been my partner going back to, in life, forever, but going back to when we did our radio show, The Cool Side of the Pillow, our morning talk show.
Yep.
We were partners then, and so I knew that we couldn't go into this without having us as a team.
I like hanging back and letting people talk. I don't like to insert myself into the conversation.
What are you trying to say about me as a host, man?
I'm sorry.
What are you trying to say? You think Frank talks steamrolls people?
Yeah, I don't like to take away from the chemistry that is going on. If there's a joke to be made, I'll make it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I like to sit back and go on the technical side for this thing, like
Right.
if pointing out certain things that should be done or should not be
He's
done.
a dramaturg.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. There's no technicality behind it.
Speaking of the technical side, Tom, you are our man behind the mic, although you always have trouble getting behind the mic.
I want to know something. You grill us when we are more than 3 inches off our mics. Like, you look at us, you shoot texts over here, you give us eyebrows. You are consistently 6 feet away from your microphone, and you sound fine. And I want to know why I can't sit back on this couch for once in my goddamn life on this show. You know the back
So one of my
problems I
favorite
get?
episodes.
What do you say?
He goes to one of my favorite episodes.
Right up against the mic.
I think it's
He's
Well,
having
should
trouble
I
thinking.
give a little background to how I came on? Or
Yeah, so he's having a little trouble thinking of one because Tom is not a huge fan of our show.
No,
And he's
okay,
never
that's
been that
rumor.
close to the microphone ever.
So I came on because when you guys started doing this, we were FaceTiming. You had tech issues,
Right.
and originally this started off as you would try to run everything to the laptop, and
Yeah, we had a table.
and everything, and slowly we built an Amazon cart to get shopping list together, and this is what we've been using for.
Yeah, we basically built out a whole portable studio.
Portable studio, and I always want to do podcasts, but I will say though that, and this is going to lead into my favorite episode, and if for anyone who knows me, it takes me a long time to get to where I got to get to.
Yeah.
But anyway, point is, as we're all getting older and where my career takes me, it's hard to schedule things and it's hard to see people. And I have erratic hours like a lot of other people do. And
you are a professional sound guy.
thank
That's
you.
your job.
And so when this opportunity came, because it became less about fixing or trying to figure out troubleshooting things, something said you got to do it, because it became less about doing the podcast and more about seeing everyone, which was something I've been always terrible about. And what have you. And it was when we recorded season 1, episode 2 or 3 with the lady with the rocks and
episode 2. Yeah, the spiritual
Episode 2.
Yeah, the spiritual believer.
And this is when I realized then how zany and how crazy this actually can get. We get some whack jobs. No offense, but I'm saying in the sense that it reminded me of when we did the Cool Side.
Yeah.
Where it felt like home again.
Right.
And that's why that whole episode was to me a moment of I feel back at home the way I did when we did Cool Side.
Right.
And that to me there wasn't a specific moment as opposed to just the whole episode itself.
Absolutely.
Where it really clicked for me.
Yeah.
Wow, John, you're gonna cut all that sappy shit, right?
Let's take a listen to that one. So there's somebody came up to you, approached you on the street, and said, "There's someone who didn't want you born."
And I was like, "What?" So I just started talking to her, and then she was a psychic.
See,
want to
that's
say?
where we're different.
Yeah.
You started talking to this person. I would walk as far away as possible and be like, "No, I don't have anything."
No, because I've always been intrigued by this stuff. Like when I was little, like in 3rd grade, we used to go to the library in the school, and they had astrology books, and I would take them and read them.
So Frank, in this episode now, would you say that you believe in all of this that Carly has given us?
So what you're asking me is, in the last hour, has Carly
Convinced you?
Dramatically reinvented my conception of the universe and the spiritual dimension?
That is what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Wow. This was a bigger episode than I thought. Matt, do you believe in all this? Now?
To a degree. But
Did you believe in it before?
I believed it before, yeah. Like, in varying degrees.
Danielle, you're a hippie. We know you believed in all this already.
Mm-hmm.
This is true. This was awesome.
Did you find this to be as fascinating as you anticipated?
Yes, very much so.
Tom, do you believe in all this stuff?
Breakthrough.
Wow.
I will say that in talking to you for the last hour, I believe that you believe these things.
Hilarious. And I think I have to give us all credit, everybody in the room, because that was our 2nd episode. Right?
Yeah.
Granted, we had 2 test episodes that are never going to air, maybe. So it was really our 4th, but for this purpose, it was our 2nd episode, and we had the goal to talk spirituality.
Right off the bat.
We didn't even know what we were doing.
What's amazing, though, is she came in like she was already a fan. Which is
Right.
weird, because we had only had 1 episode out.
Well, unless she had a premonition that she knew we would be funny.
Oh, or if she's from Curious Joelle. That's a joke for no one.
You're never going to know what that is because we can't air that episode. Okay, so I think we have to turn it over now to the dose of estrogen in the room.
Queen.
Our professional laugher, John's professional wife, Danielle.
Danielle,
What do you think?
everybody's favorite laugh in the background person.
I'm honored. So one of my favorite moments is
You say from your own episode, I'm leaving.
I mean, it was.
It is from your episode?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Although I really like my title, so thanks.
Cerulean George.
Yes.
Sure, of course. It's our son's name.
So one of my favorite moments is from one of my favorite people's podcast episode, The Horror Fanatic, John. I think it's episode 14. It's during the game, and it's when he's explaining how all of us die.
Oh, yeah.
And
So
it is
funny.
So I was listening to snippets today and crying.
Yeah,
at
where you
work.
all judged me for saying that somebody cooking a nice lobster in a pot, and you were like, how's he going to do that? And he got that one right
He
away.
did get it right away. No hesitation. I
It
remember
was
that.
so good.
Yeah, that's a great one.
All right. Let's hear it. So you're going to go around the room. Your options are Danielle, Frank, John, Tom, or Matt. And we're going to just read you some scenarios we wrote. And the game is called Out of Us, Who's Most Likely to Die in This Situation?
Oh my god.
All right, here we go.
Use all your horror knowledge.
All your knowledge.
Oh
of
man.
Can you do the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can pass it to me now. We're close to each other.
Okay, good. All right, here we go.
Okay. Having sex in the woods. Did you hear something?
So I'm picking who's gonna not survive this.
Who's going to die and how?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Having sex in the woods. Did you hear something?
Yeah.
So wow. I'm gonna say Frank is gonna get it with a spear through the back.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then I just collapse on her.
Exactly.
She will gets her too.
Or we'll go with
Right
the
through
Friday the
both.
13th kill right through the both
Right
of
through
them.
both,
Yeah.
sure.
Right.
All right, I accept it. Here's the next one. When the super pretty girl in school becomes obsessed with you and carves your name into her stomach with a fork.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this based on true scenarios, guys?
She's obsessed with whoever this is.
She is obsessed with whoever this is.
And she's going to get you.
Wow. Okay.
Could be Frank again.
It could be Frank
Oh
again.
my God.
The comic relief almost never dies, and when he does, it's at the very end. So I think I'm all right.
These are the rules of a horror
These are the
movie.
rules. Of
I
the horror
think I'm
movie.
okay.
So who is it?
Yeah, I think it is gonna be you again,
And what
Frank.
happens?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be genital mutilation.
Wow. Wow.
Poor Jenna. Okay.
All right. When the kid next door has no whites to his eyes and you accidentally broke his bicycle.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, I think this is gonna be John who's gonna get this one.
Yep. And I definitely tripped over it by accident. Oh, can I do this next one? This one was my idea. He wanted me to cut this one.
Oh, yeah, of course. Wait, we did. How does John die here?
How does John
Oh,
die?
yeah.
A tire iron to the head.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, specific. Yeah.
Okay, you're boiling a lobster for a nice dinner. That's it.
All right.
How do you die?
How do you die? All right. I'm gonna give this one to Tom.
Tom.
And the head's gonna be pushed into the
Into the
boiling-
pot! Thank you! Well, we know Tom has a history with pasta water. So, yeah, well, he asked Josh Lockamy if it was a lot.
Yeah. You can listen to that, season 1, episode 4. Okay. You buy a new house. You find a porcelain doll in the wall. You play with it.
Yes. This is Danielle is gonna get this one.
Yep.
And I think it's gonna be by the doll coming to life and pushing her out of a 4th-story window.
Wow.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The nuclear reactor melted, but you stay behind in your small town to find your lost dog.
Wow. Matt's gonna get this.
Matt, he knew it was coming.
He would. He'd be
sounds
like, but
like
I
me.
have to stay for the dog.
And we're gonna go with radiation poisoning. You know, it's horrible.
Oh, a
big
long,
slow death.
It gets him 30 years later.
He finds the dog melted.
It's melted to the cage. Okay. Got a new job in Maine and moved your family into a Victorian house with see-through people who live in the shed.
Wow. This is oddly specific.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say this is gonna be Danielle and John.
Yeah.
And
before the death scene, he says, "Honey, just give it time. You're just nervous.
You don't know them.
You don't know them."
exactly.
All right, ready, Danielle? We just moved into the house. Honey, listen, don't worry about it. These people, they're not going to bother us, I don't think.
Yes, they are.
You think?
They've been watching us.
Yeah, but you could see they have good hearts because you see right through them.
No, absolutely not.
Excuse me. My name is Randy. I live in the shed. I just want to tell you, I think your lawnmower is going to need a new power cable soon. So.
Wow, thanks, Randy.
No problem. Also, I'm going to kill your wife tomorrow.
There you go.
There you go. Thank you.
Well, there you go.
I told you, Danielle. It's funny. Danielle had actually mimicked that she died right as soon as Randy walked in.
Yeah.
She knew.
Maybe his wife killed me.
She knew.
Before that,
No, she
and
knew.
then He's just attacking.
Yeah.
2 gas stations, but you insist on going to the one that's 5 cents cheaper, but creepier.
Yes. Well, first, there's going to be a creepy attendant there that's going to warn you not to go there because they're all going to die, which is a horror movie trope. And then he's going to shove the gas nozzle up your ass.
No. But you don't die until after.
Yike.
All right. How about this one? You got to fix the engine in the wood chipper.
Oh, man. Fantastic. Who's going to do this? I'm going to have to say John.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I'm not handy at all.
That's why.
That's exactly why.
Yeah, I'd lose my handies. Go ahead.
We don't have to tell us. We obviously know how he dies on that one. They're so long. You wear a wig to look like your sister who was thrown from her hunky boyfriend's car while rounding Blind Man's Curve in 1984.
Wow. Oof. Well,
But how do you die?
can you repeat the scenario again?
You wear a wig to look like your sister, who was thrown from her hunky boyfriend's car while rounding Blind Man's Curve in 1984. So you're trying to look like the sister.
Yeah.
Right.
The sister was thrown from the car.
Blind Man's Curve.
I see. So I think we're going to give this one to Frank, and he is going to drive headlong into a tree like Sonny Bono.
Oh, no!
That's a real thing. That's okay, though.
Wasn't Sonny Bono skiing?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, horror comes from real life, guys.
But he hit a tree.
It was skiing, but, you know.
Okay. Here's our last one. The mirror talks back to you. So stupid.
That's it.
That's it.
Swallows you whole.
I'm going to say all of us, right?
Everybody dies.
Yeah, everybody dies, no survivors.
What happens?
We're gonna die like at the end of the Avengers and fucking poof out like
Everybody just dust.
that's it. We're dust.
I have to say, Danielle's had a lot of great moments because Danielle laughs. If I could cut together all of Danielle laughing maniacally in the back of these episodes, I wouldn't do it because I hear it every day. But
Hey, remember that time you told me you didn't like my laugh?
what was that?
Let's roll back that footage.
Not on
Listen
the
to me.
podcast.
That laugh is our cash cow, kids. Keep her going, Danielle. Dope her up.
Listen, you'll always be my big weird girl from the theater.
Oh my god, that was so good. Listen to listen to the Cerulean George episode for John's most loving words to his blushing bride.
That
That was before we were married.
Oh,
it was
it's
in
so
my
funny.
vows, I think.
It was so.
So what about you, Frank?
Okay, so I'm not happy that I went last because a lot of you took my answers, but I have one that no one mentioned, and I'm very happy to say it. It's all the way back from season 1, episode 1. That would be our doctor episode with Dr. Joe.
And we were still sitting at the table.
We were still at a table. We didn't know. We were babies, and appropriately so. He's a baby doctor.
Yeah, we dumped the table because of Tom.
And it's when we did our scene, and Joe played a 4-year-old.
I wanted you to take note that
It's
how
Joe.
many of these favorite moments are Joe, and he's only been here for 3 episodes.
I completely forgot about that. But yes,
so,
continue.
so in the premise of the scene was pretty simple. I think John and I were parents, or no?
Yeah,
And
we were parents.
And Danielle was the nurse.
Danielle was the nurse.
And we were taking our 4-year-old son Joe to the doctor, also named Joe. And when Joe does an improv as a 4-year-old, he's very articulate. Here's the scene. Something that we do here is we like to dramatize something and bring it right to the moment.
Yeah.
So just hearing you say all these things, I think we should do this. John and I will be the parents. Joe is our 4-year-old son. You're the doctor, and maybe Matt, you can be the receptionist. Okay, can we just?
Okay.
We'll see. Let's see how you do. We've all been to a doctor at some point in our lives. I think we know what we're looking for,
hope so.
and maybe we can rate.
Is everyone vaccinated?
We're not even in the office yet. So far, you're not doing a good job.
In real life.
In real life.
Yes.
In real life.
My roll's pretty accurate.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yeah. So I'm the father.
Oh, well, we could both be dads. Or we could both be moms. or-
2019.
Listen, it's 2019.
It's progressive.
All right, I'm with it.
Okay, here we go. Is there a knock at the door? Usually.
Not usually at a hospital. You don't usually knock at a door.
Hospital. Right. Okay. Sorry.
You go to the receptionist.
Okay.
We have a lot less private rooms.
We walk
Right,
up.
right.
We're holding our son Joe, who's 4. Let's do it.
Hi, how are you today?
We're all right. We're all right. I mean, we're a little distraught, as you can imagine. This is our son, and we need him. We need to see the doctor. We need to see
Immediately.
Okay, why don't
Dr.
you take
Joe.
a seat and I'll go call the doctor.
No,
for you.
now. I want it
Immediately,
now.
Please.
Dr. Joe?
I'm here.
Oh, good.
Oh, hi, doctor. This is our son, Joe. Joe, say hi.
Hi.
So the problem with Joe is he's developed a growth that I don't know,
We don't know.
and it's in a place that I don't really want to discuss openly in public.
Right. Can we go behind the curtain?
Sure, I'll take you into the exam room.
Okay. Here we go. Now we're in.
Okay, so now we're in. So here he is.
Do you want to talk to him?
Hi, Joe. How you doing?
Hi, I'm pretty good.
Hey, how's your day?
All right, I just got weird things going on in my body.
So tell me, what's going on?
Well, lately something has just become a little larger than I expected.
He's 4.
You're
No,
very
you're
mature 4-year-old.
No, you're 4.
Very mature 4-year-old.
I don't know if this is a conversation that you have with a doctor. I think it's more a conversation you have with your parents.
Not only is he very mature, but he's very outgoing.
Why are you having me say what are
I like that he
44.
said. I like that he said I've developed some growth. It's bigger than it usually is. You know, hospital visits aren't free, Joe. This is something that we could have easily talked to you about.
Okay,
We got a
sorry.
birth certificate for Joe.
Let's just sort
You
this up.
have to be one-on-one with this doctor right now. What am I supposed to talk
We
about?
trust him.
I'll always have a chaperone.
Okay, let's see what he does. Go ahead. Make it work.
So Joe, tell me what's going on.
Well, I said I have a little problem with my body lately.
Okay, and when did it start?
Oh, about a few weeks ago, and I don't know what to do with it. Do you know how you can help me?
Sure. Where is it?
Uh-oh.
God. The parents were watching because we think we're going to get a breakthrough here.
I have a suggestion.
Sure.
That nurse over there looks like she might be able to help you with your problem.
This is what we're doing.
Hello. How are you, Joe?
Can you help our son?
A little embarrassed.
Don't be embarrassed.
And scene.
Good. There we go.
That's the start of a porno.
What did he say? He was so.
When he was
I
like,
was trying. I thought I saw the first episode. I was like, I can't remember anything from that episode. But yeah. I
no,
forgot
when he
about
was like, oh, I'm having feelings or something.
that. down there.
Down there's a part of my body that's...
As you can tell with the banana fingers, I'm not good at games.
He said a couple of weeks.
Now, it's funny, this whole thing, all this proves to me is that Joe needs to be back more. And we talk about Joe so often when he's here.
Yeah.
I mean, we've also been piping in your random words from the last
So
4
funny.
episodes or
I've
so.
heard 2, so banana and heart surgery.
Banana and heart
Is there more?
surgery. No,
Wait,
banana appeared back in the Matt Smarty episode.
It does. Oh my God.
The only one you weren't in was Santa because you were here for it.
And banana was part of the game in the Josh Lockamy episode too. It was about banana peels.
Wow, Joe.
Slipping on banana peels was the name of the episode. Wasn't
That's right, it was.
Oh, I would like to say something. Did we ever talk about? Okay, so secrets out. We've been saying Chobani in every episode.
Yes, we should discuss that.
Let's discuss that.
I want to pull down the curtain on the Chobani.
Okay, so I'm not going to say the whole story here, but we were like, look, what could possibly happen if we just put some product placement in our thing?
Yeah, unsolicited
Maybe
product
they'll
placement.
know. So we've awkwardly been working Chobani, and John does it way more than me because I forget, into every episode. So believe it or not, a couple of months ago, something happened.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
This is a real thing.
Yeah, so like Frank said, I've been piping in Chobani into these episodes because it's just a funny word, and sometimes I talk about the product, and sometimes I just use it as a name, and so I've kind of prided myself on never forgetting 20 episodes straight. I even mentioned Chobani in the 2 aforementioned preview episodes that nobody will hear. It is in those 2 as well.
Okay.
And so just for fun, I reached out to Chobani brand on Instagram and was like, just letting you know, we mentioned Chobani in every episode of our show. And they reached out back to me and they said, thanks for the support. We love it. And they sent me a ton of free Chobani.
We did it,
They
folks.
did.
We did it.
We did it. I got a lot of free yogurt. All
right.
sorts of products, shakes and all sorts of stuff. Coupons to death. Not that I know where to use said coupons, but I have the coupons. They sent me a lot of Chobani.
Yeah, they did. I have something to add to that.
Yeah.
Apple AirPods.
Yeah, right.
Yes, please.
I keep saying my next thing, all next season, I'm just going to be like, oh, yeah, isn't that right? Tesla? No, so it's yet to be seen if Chobani will make a reappearance in 2020.
Maybe we just change the thing up for next.
It might be season 3, 2020. Look out for it.
Dannon.
So that, it's weird to look back on something that feels somewhat new and is but it's for our audience, and we want to thank our audience. The Nobodies are a real. We're not playing around here. We're not blowing down doors as far as podcasts go, but the response that we've gotten back has been mind blowing. Like we did not expect that we would have the amount of constant listeners that we get.
Yeah.
And it's all because of support. You know what's funny? We've been talking about, obviously with podcasts, ad integration is a big thing. And people always I don't want to just put ads in there. My listeners, I know without a shadow of a doubt, I could be forefront with our listeners that if we had to put ads in these shows, we could.
Oh, you're getting ads,
They
guys.
would never mind.
No.
Because our listeners want us to succeed as well as we do, as much as us. And I think we can't do and we wouldn't do anything unless we had the support of the constant people who listen to us every week. We always joke, our parents listen to us. Our parents do listen to us.
Oh, your parents listen to you.
No, well,
literally today, this is a true story. This is our last episode, second season. I said, I was talking to my father. I said, yeah, I got to put the podcast tonight. He says, how many of those do you have to do? I said, no, it doesn't stop. It's our show. We just keep putting them out. He goes, oh, how do I hear this thing?
Yeah.
I've showed him before. He has no idea.
my dad sits in the chair at home and listens to it. That's
He really
dedication.
does?
Yeah,
My mother doesn't even own a cell phone.
Into season 3, we don't want to make any promises. We don't know yet. But we're going to try to change some stuff up. We're going to do some really cool audience integration stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We have some big plans that we're going to try to do. We want you to stick with us and follow us through that. And tell us what you want to see more of. We're going to start a Facebook group the very beginning of the year where we're going to invite you all to invite your friends.
Mm-hmm.
If you believe in this like we believe in this, tell people about it. Send it to people. I know you don't want to seem like you're spamming, but...
no, spam them. We
no,
want you to
yeah.
spam them.
If you love it, they'll probably love it. And then we can form a community of people who can tell us the things they want to see. If you know people who are interesting, have interesting jobs...
Or if you're an interesting person.
Or if you're an interesting person.
Reach out.
We're changing up our slogan for next season.
We are.
Danielle, tell us what the new slogan going forward is going to be.
It's where everybody's a somebody.
That's right. The Nothing Podcast where everybody is a somebody.
Or is it the Nothing Podcast with nobody important where everybody's a somebody?
Oh, well, the name is still the same.
Okay, good. Thank God. Because we have business cards, so...
Yeah, right. Keep an eye out and keep supporting us, and we love you guys. And we love doing this, and we want to continue to do it. Real quick, I want to go around and want to ask everybody what their resolutions are, and then we're going to close it out for the season.
Okay.
Let's start. Who wants to start? Joe.
Pretty easy. My resolution is, I think, to be more active and around in the podcast because I'm really proud of the work you guys are doing. I feel even we're saying we're doing because I feel like I haven't been giving enough of my time.
Yes, no.
But I love it, and I will hopefully be around more.
We were gonna fire him today.
Oh, Joe's out.
Okay.
No.
Oh, that's fine too.
No. Yeah, I agree. And it doesn't have to be podcast based. I mean, Joe kind of kicked it off that way, but
Okay.
Matt, do you have one?
Yeah, I just want to keep on my diet because I've been a little iffy with it the last couple of weeks, and I want to push my boundaries a little bit, get out of my comfort zone, and definitely show up when my friends ask me to be places more. Those are my.
I like that.
That's a nice one.
That's great. That is great. And you're looking good in the bikini.
Thank you.
Good.
Danielle, do you have one yet?
So, I don't actually believe in resolutions.
Here we go.
Well,
I-
this episode.
Tell us, Oprah.
No, so I actually listened to I used to listen to a podcast, which I don't listen to that
That's
often.
okay. We weren't going to judge you. Yeah.
But
Listen
yeah,
to other podcasts.
I listen to like one. I'm the worst. So I don't actually believe in resolutions. There's actually an idea that you take one word and you like brand it for the year.
That's right. You've been doing this a while, yeah.
To be honest, I didn't follow it last year and I don't even really remember my word. One of them that I had done previously is balance because I tend to not be able to balance like work and life and art and things. So I feel like that one I would probably stick with for 2020. But that's as close to a resolution that I'll get. So sorry, I'm not losing 10 pounds.
Sorry, Matt.
No offense, Matt.
Okay, cool.
Although, get me that Peloton, John.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Put it right here in the
You
middle
got
of the room.
it. Give me a couple of ad revenue first.
By the way, Peloton. Okay.
Frank?
Okay. I think my resolution will be, I think to go easier on myself. That's a thing. I think I'm very critical of myself. I think I'm hard on myself. I think I am frustrated because I'm a perfectionist when I'm not where I think I should be. So to go easier on myself and to spend less time worrying about myself would be my resolution. Sure. So my resolution is to be less self-involved.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Thanks.
Mine is I'm going to stick to podcast-based. I want to say, we've been talking a lot about different kinds of guests we've been wanting to get between garbage men and, policemen, people who have been kind of tough to get or people we can't get our hands on quite. So I'm going to say 4 words, and I'm going to stick to it. 2020. And you can bet your buns I'm going to make it happen. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's season 3, season 4, season 5, whatever it is. 4 words. I want a porn star. That's gonna happen on this show.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it happen.
Okay.
You want to talk about interesting jobs?
Let's do it.
That's a job I don't know anything about. And
Sure.
I want that person on this show.
Sure.
Maybe not in my living room, but on the show.
I'm excited.
Putting it on 2020.
Okay.
That's gonna be a hashtag.
I mean, anybody can be a porn star. So, Matt, do you want to start working in the biz?
No, but if you know one, hit me up.
All right.
So, Tom,
It's a weird
you have one
resolution,
for
but
us.
sure.
It's not a weird resolution. It's a career goal.
So my resolution is to try to stay in contact with everyone because I have big news. Tonight will be. Will it be tonight? All right. Well, today's episode is my last official episode. I am moving to Atlanta in 2 weeks, and I'll be gone for the whole year. And so my best is to try and stay in touch with everyone because I've been pretty crappy about it. For a while, I'm very shitty about trying to stay in touch with everyone because it's just life in general. But yeah, so that's my resolution.
Back it up. Wait, what?
I knew this.
What? What? Wait, I mean, congratulations.
Yeah.
Danielle's crying.
Wait a minute. What job did you get?
So I'm with an agency that shoots corporate documentary and all that stuff. It was given to me after I finished my contract with another company. And yeah, I was asked, I think last week from when we're recording this episode, of course. But yeah, so to start pretty soon because it was a position that was in demand and it was pressing. So basically, yeah, moving my whole life over for about a year. And from there, we'll see what's up.
So when do you go?
I leave January 6th.
You have a place?
They're helping me at first. And then from there, I will... they'll help me get one, but they have a temporary place for me to stay in the meantime.
And you'll obviously come back for your wedding.
Yeah, I'll come back for the wedding. I'll be back for the wedding. But yeah, I'll be after the wedding, after the honeymoon, travel there, and then that's it. I'm pretty much there for a bit.
And your wife is gonna
She'll be here.
Stay here.
Because she just got a new job. So we'll be separate. It's going to be a little tough, but that is a resolution to stay in touch with everyone. Not include my wife. That would be different. That would be different. But
you better continue
stay in
to listen to episodes.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's my home away from home.
Yeah. Right.
So, yeah.
Well, Tom, I just want to say thanks.
You're welcome. But I do have one more of the resolution, if I can say.
Yeah, sure.
It will be starting 2020. It will be to stop lying. Because I just completely bullshit everyone.
Thank God.
Wait, oh my God. Are you kidding me?
I am literally
Are you kidding me?
We gotta get this guy on the improv games more.
That's some bullshit, man. I'm here feeling something.
I am crying.
Yeah. I have to say, he told us before, he did the same thing to us before. I was so angry because I was so happy for him. I was like proud of him and happy for him and excited. And then this guy just being an idiot.
Yeah. He was like, I'm kidding. We were like, no.
I'm like not crying. I was
Danielle
like
was just
holding
bawling
back,
just
like,
now.
I do want to. Can I give a real resolution? No, this is a real one. This is a real one. This is a real one.
Danielle, were John and I good acting at that?
You were great.
Thank you. Good job.
I couldn't have pretended like I didn't know. I would have not been convincing. I had to pretend like I knew already.
He looked at me like he was like, "Oh my god, yeah." I was just like, because I needed to look at John to confirm.
Danielle was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna have to run the show
No,
all
yeah.
the time."
And he was like, I knew this. So I was like, oh my God, this is real.
Yeah.
I do want to say, though, in all seriousness, though, I think to start 2020 in a way of just on a right foot by saying, new year, same old you, just a new way of thinking. Stay positive, stay clear-headed, and just continue doing what you're doing. Because I think we're all successful in everything we do. Being here today and doing this recording for 20 episodes is a victory in its own. And it's a hill we all climb together. I wasn't here for every episode, but I came whenever I could, and it's always been a joy. And I come home, I always go home smiling because it's refreshing, because I feel good about being here and doing this and seeing everyone.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree. And I think a lot of that is what we represent. A lot of what we try to represent.
Yeah.
We try to be everyone. We are you. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
We did this because we want people to talk to people and learn about real people. And like you said, everybody has things and everybody goes through things and everybody comes out cleaner on the other side.
Yeah.
And I think that's the message that we try to send. And I want to continue to do. And it's been a blessing to be able to do this. And I really hope that we continue to do so.
Another blessing is John's angelic, silky smooth, buttery voice.
That's right.
And I think there's no better way to go out than with John singing a little Auld Lang Syne.
Yeah.
And perhaps I give us a final blessing. Shall we do it?
Sure.
Okay. Beautiful.
Should all
So I think we want to say thank you to everyone who's been listening, to those who are loyal and those who are new. And I remember when we all sat together as a group of friends at a table, and we said we need to do something together. Then we thought of doing a podcast, and then we thought that, we could talk for like hours at a time, but at a certain point we're not so interesting. So we need people who are more interesting than us. So we're grateful for every somebody who's been on our show. And from two nobodies in a living room in Bensonhurst, we are very grateful to you. We've had lawyer, performer, chef. Who else have we had? Anyway, we're grateful to all of them. And to you. Here's to the future. Here's to the past, because you could just go back on Spotify and listen to everything. And here's to the present. So be kind to one another, America. Drink your cup of kindness. And follow it with a shot of Fireball, Danielle style. We're the Nothing Podcast.
With nobody important.
Happy New Year.
You've been listening to the Nothing Podcast with Nobody Important, a cool side production, hosted by John Panepinto and Frank Caiati, with contributors Matt Hunt, Joe Hagopian, and me, Danielle Rose Fisher, and engineered by Tom Zaccheo. Find us online at nothing-podcast.com. And be sure to rate and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever fine podcasts are distributed.